A church service in Paraguay's countryside. There is much to pray for in one of the poorest nations on earth. Despite rising food prices that benefit multinational commodity companies, little seems to reach the country's rural poor.
We are fighting for a piece of land. That is the right of every peasant.
Martin Bert believes education is the solution. World Challenge brings you the story of his school, the Escuela Agricola, a glimmer of hope breaking the cycle of poverty.
No es las cosas que tienen que tener las personas.
It is not the possessions that people should have. It's the knowledge. The question is how we can sustainably teach the rural poor what they need to know, not just in Paraguay, but in other poor countries as well.
No solamente en Paraguay, sino en todos los países pobres.
The Chaco in northern Paraguay. A vast hinterland home to some of the country's poorest citizens. Maricel is a student at the Escuela Agricola. Today she is visiting her family, a proud welcome for the daughter determined to improve her lot in life. I was never going to stay here. I always strived to do well in class. I did not care about going hungry. What was important was to study. That was my dream. Maricel used to go to the local school. Despite rural poverty, Paraguay boasts a literacy rate of 95%. But is literacy alone the tool that people need to get ahead in life?
Lastimosamente, la educación en el Paraguay y en muchos países
Unfortunately,
pobres,
education in Paraguay, like in many poor nations, is limited to repeating like parrots from memory the lessons in the curriculum.
clases. Lo peor es de que
And what is worse is that they often learn stuff that will never be useful in their lives, like the kings of Persia or the wars of Greece.
o las guerras de Grecia.
They do not teach you how to improve your life. They teach you the basics, but not what you need to develop or how to get ahead and to make the most of your abilities in the future. After 3 years at Martin's school, Maricel is confident that her newfound knowledge will help transform the poor condition of her family. We have an orchard, but it is not well planned, because my parents do not have the right knowledge. Look at this maize. The soil is no good for it. These vegetables have not been planted properly either. The soil needs to be improved. They need to be planted in 2 rows with fertilizer, with organic manure in a seedling tray before planting here.
Esta escuela está dirigida
Our
a las
school targets the poorest of the poor,
para tomar
and our aim is to change peasants into rural entrepreneurs.
rurales.
So how does Martin's school achieve this transformation? 6 a.m. Roll call at the Escuela Agricola. This is one school that is full of surprises. Those of you on cleaning duty, please make sure you do a good job. A general cleanup to start the day. And then it's off to a very particular set of classes. I have learned many things here. We did insemination and vaccination. Perhaps one day I can become a vet.
We are strapping up our mare because we have visitors today. I love the animal section. I like animals, and I have been studying here for a year and a half. This is an intensive orchard, and the aim is to get the highest production out of a small piece of land. First, we prepare the soil well. This is sorghum, basil, sweet potatoes, beans, lettuce, beets. We also have tomatoes. I have learned a lot about how to improve production and how to keep the orchard growing healthy produce all the time.
The school has 150 students between the ages of 15 and 17. Teaching them how to make the most of rural activities makes obvious sense. But that is just the beginning.
Poverty in Paraguay and in many other poor countries is concentrated in women.
Think carefully about sex. It can be something very beautiful, but it can also lead to infections and other problems.
We made a strong investment in a progressive sexual education curriculum so that our female students can feel confident, secure and protected. It is amongst young rural adolescent females that the dollar-for-dollar investment in education achieves the most rewarding results.
The surprises do not end there. Meals come from the school's farm and everything is produced under the principles of sustainability.
We do not buy liquid hydrocarbon gas. Instead, we use the fallen wood from our grounds. We use solar energy. Humus from our worms. We have a compost factory with around 100 beds. What we are trying to teach the young farmers is that it's not just about planting crops, it's about feeding and maintaining the soil.
Sustainable farming practices are a sound lesson for the students. At the Escuela Agricola, they also learn how to add value to their produce.
Here we process all the milk from our farm. We make cheese. We also make yogurt. We make milk toffee and fruit jams. Our products are sold in the city and shops organized by the school.
Nearby, the school has a shop that sells the students' produce from the orchards in the dairy factory, teaching them the basic principles of marketing and accounting. A small hotel on the premises run by the students adds tourism to the curriculum. Visitors from schools in the city are regular customers. Welcome to the Escuela Agricola. I am a student here. We are a boarding school for boys and girls. My name is Maricel Merlo, and I am in the 3rd year. I will become an agricultural technician.
City visitors often see much more mature students, very well prepared, who work in agriculture, not as poor peasants, but in an atmosphere of modernity, prosperity and wealth. For some reason, the official curriculum of the Ministry of Education avoids how to teach kids how to earn money. We believe that teaching how to save, to invest and to earn money is very important in real life, and this school teaches them that.
Martin Bert has some experience of what challenges the students face. He served as mayor of Paraguay's capital, Asunción.
As mayor, I realized that development cannot be brought about by public policy alone. A top-down approach can help install the right legal frameworks and policies, but the development of the people has to be bottom-up. It has to be in the hands of everyone, from people at an individual level, a family level, and a community level.
Asunción's street markets, where the ability to survive depends on providing the right product at the right price. Not a lesson that is usually taught at most schools.
Everyone looks to the state as the sole provider and the monopoly holder on education. That might be when the state had money. But what would happen if we could come up with a school that pays for itself?
That is the biggest surprise of the Escuela Agricola. The students and their teachers are responsible for producing its entire operating budget.
The school has an operating budget of $300,000 per year, and that is what teachers and students generate through our educational projects.
Los chicos aprenden
The kids learn how to do things, how to discover, how to learn,
a aprender
and they also learn how to earn
a
money.
ganar dinero.
Martin Bert's educational revolution is already producing powerful results. Carlos Rodriguez, graduate of the class of 2004.
My mother was a single parent, and we all had to work very hard when I was growing up, just to make ends meet.
After graduating, Carlos was hired as manager of a large commercial ranch.
My responsibilities include the sale and delivery of ranch produce. I am also in charge of the registers and the journal of the ranch's activities.
En 20 años se puede
In
tomar
20
a
years,
toda
we
la
could take the entire population of chronically poor and unemployed peasants and provide them with the knowledge,
dotarle de los conocimientos, dotarle
provide them with the experience, and give them the hope to become entrepreneurs.
para convertirse en emprendedores.
In a school run on a tight, self-sustainable budget, a boost in income like the World Challenge Award would be more than welcome.
Lo primero que haríamos si tuviéramos
The first thing we would do if we had a little extra money
equipos
would be to buy some audiovisual equipment so we could make our lessons more modern.
puedan ser más modernas.
Martin Bert now wants to expand the idea of education that pays for itself around the world. The Escuela Agricola is already showing that perhaps the best weapon to fight poverty is the one inside each and every one of us.
We need to break the vicious cycle of poverty with a vaccine, with the antidote of knowledge, the knowledge that provides that poor kid in South America or Africa with the belief to say, yes, I can.
Yo sí puedo.